It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Two Roads Brewing Company and it's a bottle of their Bergamonster. It's an ale brewed with bergamot, orange and spice, coming in at 7% ABV. What you're seeing there is the front. Let me show you the back. Can you see that haze? Look at that. And there's a lot. Hopefully you can see. I want to try and get there's a lot more at the bottom. I'm not sure if some of you can see that. Obviously you can see that bit there, but at the bottom, honestly, there's lumps and chunks and all sorts in there. There's a look at the bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Big fan of Two Roads Brewing Company. They sent me a lovely t-shirt once. Oh, look at this. Look at that. All that haze earlier on. And to be honest with you, look how much is left. There's still at least 2 fingers left in that bottle. That looks fabulous. That looks like one of them YouTube fireplace videos that you can sit and look at for hours on end. At least I could anyway, but my arm wouldn't be able to hold it there for hours on end. So let's get reviewing it, yeah? It's got a nice bitty yellowy look to it. Not much of a head going on. 7% ABV. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, and I'm picking up sweetness, lots of sweet malt. Not orange, not the zest, but the sweetness from the malt. And some orange, and a little bit of hops, and a little bit of spice. Let's dive in. Cheers, everyone. Okay. Bottled 3rd of the 6th 2016. It's now February. It's about 8 months old, yeah? It's about 8 months old. It's not meant to be hoppy. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you here. A beer at 7% ABV with... Let me double check. I think it's just a bit lacking. It's a nice beer. It's not terrible. Orange, yes, you pick up. Spice, you pick up. Biscuity, malty, bready sweetness, you pick up. And I think because the beer is 6 months old, you're picking up more of that sweetness. And I think this beer, even at 6 months old, if they added some hops into the beer, some more hops, they probably added hops to the beer, but if they hopped this up by another 20 IBUs, then I think even after 6 months old, I'd still be picking up the hops. At the moment, let me be honest, I don't like sweet beer. This beer, if it's balanced with some hops, I like it. Yeah, I like a balanced beer, but it's too sweet. It's kind of like a leaning over aeroplane. It needs more of this over here, some hops, just to balance the thing out a little bit. It's just too far over sweet. But it's not terrible. Yes, I get the orange. Yes, I get the spice. I get the biscuity, bready malt. But then I get a tremendous amount of sweetness. If you could kind of claw back that sweetness a little bit, then I'd probably be stoning the crows on this beer. But nah, not with this level of sweetness. Let's see what the brewer has to say. And normally, American brewers, they don't really say too much, but there we are. Bergamonster is an unfiltered Uber wheat ale brewed with bergamot oranges for a big citrus kick. Nah, you're not really getting it. Honestly, you're not really getting it. And I think this beer might have been developed because of the hop crisis that happened in America the year before. There was a shortage of hops, so brewers were kind of like scratching their heads, wondering what to do, and that's where all these kind of orange and lemon and whatever IPAs started to appear, because it was a case of they just couldn't get the hops. So it's been brewed with bergamot orange for a big citrus kick, made using raw wheat and a combination of new and old world hops. Well, maybe the hops have dropped out a little bit. This seasonal brew is monstrously good. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. It says here, the best before date in the UK is the 6th of the 3rd, 2017. It's the 22nd of the 2nd, 2017. So, by my calculation, it's got about 2 weeks left of his sell-by date. So, okay, that's put me in another different kind of predicament now. I was, at the beginning of the review, I picked up the bottle straight away and I wondered if this beer was old. Yeah, you'd see me do it and I thought to myself, 7% ABV, it should last bloody 6 months, yeah? Surely it can. Maybe even a year, a beer at 7% ABV. Blimey, you can age beer at 7% ABV. Obviously, you're not. This wasn't brewed to age, so I'm a bit stuck here. I almost don't want to rate it because I'm reviewing a beer with 2 weeks left to go on its sell-by date, and I think it would be very, very unfair if I give it a low rating. So I'm going to try and imagine with my mind what the beer would have been like with hops in it, and that level of sweetness wouldn't have kind of grown and developed over time. So here we go. Orangey, spicy, malty sweetness. The beer fresh, in my mind, the sweetness would be lower, the hops would be higher, the bitterness. So fresh, I reckon this would get an 8 out of 10. 2 weeks to go on the sell-by date, far too sweet, not hoppy enough. 6. So fresh, 8, end of its life, 6. That's about as fair as I can be. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up, boom, and cheers.